This here is our 2012 BMW X6 X-Drive35i. We've owned it for about 4 months, and pretty much I've gotten to know it very well now. And I'm gonna give you some of my likes and some of my dislikes about this particular vehicle. This one here has got the sport package with the Shadowline glossy black trim and the super wide 20-inch wheels with 10 inches in the front and 12 and a halves in the rear. It's a very nice, very exclusive car. X5s you see quite a bit, but not X6s. If you would like a soft ride, I would suggest that you really skip the sport package with the 20-inch wheels. Let's see, here in the front we have 275/40/20, and in the rear we have 315s 30/20s, so very wide, and the low profile tires make it for a harsh ride. Recently we took it on a long trip out to Southern California. It was about 900 miles round trip, and I was tired, very tired, even though this vehicle here has the multi-contoured seats with lumbar support, as well as the side bolsterings. Still got me tired. For some reason these seats are very hard and not very comfortable. They would be good enough for 2-3 hour trip, but that's about it. You know, if you go on a trip longer than 4 or 5 hours, you're kind of stretching it. It really got me tired. Must have been the suspension, the combination with the hard seats. Other than the hard suspension, I really love the vehicle. Turns heads quite a bit, and I love it. For around town, it's the perfect car. Well, here's the key. It's got the comfort access, so as long as you keep your key in your pocket, you come to the door, place your hand behind the handle, unlocks. Don't need to put the key in the ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and press the start button. One of the things I love about BMWs is that when they're either on park or in neutral, they let you rev them all the way up to the red line. Very unlike other vehicle brands that you can only go up to 3,500 or 4,000 RPMs. The X6 X-Drive35i is powered by BMW's very famous 3-liter inline 6-cylinder twin power turbo, producing 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque, routed through an 8-speed automatic transmission going to all 4 wheels. Back seat has enough space for 2 adults or 3 children. One of the things you could definitely not do is put 3 child seats all the way across. And for 2012, it was the first year where you could option for a 3rd seat. Prior to 2012, this was just the center console here. Back seats fold down in 60/40, and we also have a power tailgate. Since this vehicle has the run flat tires, does not have a spare. So you get a little bit of extra storage space. Your cargo cover, and close the gate. Push that button. One thing I really miss about my E38, which was a 1998 BMW 740, it's that the seat belts in the back here, instead of being on the pillar, they were inside, like right there, and then you would buckle it down here. On this one, when I'm trying to buckle my child in here, I have to like kneel on the floor and leaning all the way to the half of the vehicle. Another one of my favorite features on the iDrive is that once you zoom out further a scale of a mile, you get like Google Earth, something similar. Prior versions of BMW's iDrive did not let you stream music through Bluetooth, but I believe in 2010 they started doing that. So this was equipped with Bluetooth streaming as well as hands-free calling with your cell phone. Satellite radio, weather band, your contacts, your messages, the ConnectedDrive. It's got the concierge, which you can call BMW and they'll do the searches for you and send it over to your iDrive, send you directions and whatever. You can also get your messages here, like your text messages or your Facebook notifications and stuff like that. You can also request your roadside assistance through the iDrive. And BMW Online is basically a 3G connection through the car, not through the phone. So you have to pay a separate subscription for that. I believe it's $75 for 5 months, or you can pay yearly and it's like 100 and something. But yeah, so that's what it is. It basically gives you news, the weather, online search, and also get some apps. It's a little slow, like I said. It's on a 3G connection, so it's not the fastest. You can do a full price and Yelp and all that stuff. You can do a service request, a service status, and right here the plugin is when you have a docking cradle under your center console, but I do not have that. So my BMW apps are on the external device, which is, on my case, it's an iPhone plugged in to the USB port under the center console. Let's see, so you can start an app. Let me see, I have my iPhone here. Let's see, I'm gonna start Pandora and see how that goes. Okay. It's taking a little bit, it's communicating. BMW apps loaded. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back. There we go, Pandora. And see, as you can see, you can get the album art as well as the song information and all of that. That is only when you're plugged in through the USB. If you're just streaming audio over Bluetooth, you just get the song information and the artist information. You do not get the album art over the Bluetooth. Vehicle information, which gives you the trip computer, the vehicle status, which service required, and then it'll tell you if it needs anything. And then your settings, when you can adjust everything to your liking. This one here is very, very cool. Torque distribution. Let's see, let's put the vehicle in drive and you will see. There we go. It has your ventilated and heated seats. Run flat tires are not very quiet at all. So again, I would recommend, if you want a comfortable ride, you should go with the standard tires, which are, I believe, 18 inches. They're not as wide as the ones with the sport package with the 20-inch wheels. It's sort of a little bit of a gas hog. On a recent trip that we took down to Southern California, it only gave me 18.5 miles. I was scratching my head thinking, why? I wasn't even going that fast. I mean, I was driving at my pace, you know, not going over 90. But I didn't take into consideration that there was a lot of wind blowing in the opposite direction. A lot of wind. So I was like, well, I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, but let's see on the way back. So yeah, on the way back, much better. I mean, the wind wasn't there at all, and we got 24 miles. And I was driving at the same speed, you know, between 80 and 90 miles an hour. This vehicle is rated, I believe, at 16 in the city and 23 on the highway. But I was able to surpass that 23 mile per hour. I'm sorry, that 23 miles per gallon. I'm gonna stay quiet for a little bit so you guys can hear some of the tire rumble. "35 miles an hour. Once you go into freeway speeds, it's fine. It doesn't, you can't really hear it. But around town, it's very noticeable. "40 miles an hour. Another common issue on this vehicle, as well as the X5, is that the vehicle is too heavy for the brakes. I mean, they perform perfect. Don't take me wrong. They perform perfectly fine. They're high performance brakes that were specifically designed for the X6 and the X5. But unfortunately, there's a ton of brake dust. Plus, if you brake lightly, when you come up to the stoplight or to the stop sign, you'll start hearing like a loud whistle, such as like the old buses used to do. I don't think all-wheel drive vehicles are supposed to make more noise than rear-wheel drive vehicles. So I'm blaming the noise issue, on the run flat, low profile tires, because they do make quite a bit of noise. The ride's very harsh, and the brake pads, you know, there's a lot of brake dust, and that noise. If you take those two issues away, I love the car. If you are planning on purchasing a vehicle like this and have any other questions, please do not hesitate to comment or shoot me an email. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have about this vehicle. I mean, I love the car. Like I said, it's very, very exclusive. It's not like you get to a stoplight and you see another one parked next to you. It's not that. That's not gonna happen. That's a plus for me. I really like vehicles that nobody else drives. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate that. Like I said, if you have any questions, comment below and I'll be more than happy to answer. We'll see you next time.